Hello, everybody, and welcome to the weekly podcast. I'm your host, Gurtej Atwal. In today's podcast, we have an accomplished educator for more than 21 years. She is involved in education sector. So, who is running for the office in San Joaquin County as a San Joaquin County District Supervisor from District 4, Nancy. So, who always motivates everybody around her. We will learn from her experience and her lifelong journey. Thank you very much, Nancy, for your time.
Well, thank you for inviting me here to speak. I really appreciate it.
So, Nancy, will you please tell us more about yourself, so about your family, your cultural background?
Yes. So my name is Nancy Gonzalez St. Clair, and I'm running for County Board of Supervisors in District 4. I come from a working class Latino family. My mother came to the United States from Mexico, and she worked in the fields in the Central Valley. And she and my father were high school sweethearts, and they married young. My father worked for the Santa Fe Railroads, fixing the rails, and he passed away when I was 5 years old. My mother remarried my stepdad when I was about 9 years old, and my family did not have a lot of money when I was growing up, but we were able to make ends meet, and there was always an overabundance of love. I come from a family of dreamers. My mother always had the dream of becoming a teacher, and she became a teacher when I was 13 years old. And my stepdad also went into teaching as well. So both of my mom and my stepdad are retired public school elementary teachers, and they both had a tremendous impact on me and my life, and they gave me love and support that I needed to grow. My parents taught me about hard work and integrity, resilience, and the power of education.
No, thank you, Nancy. So you're bringing ample experience and the family background from the perspective of an educator working with our kids, working with our future. So I would say you will be the first one if you will get an opportunity to get elected to be a first woman from District 4 from San Joaquin County. So what are your qualifications that you think for the office are different from the others, or how do you think that you will be best fit for this office?
All right, so I've lived in San Joaquin County for most of my life, for 30 years, and I have my Bachelor's of Arts degree in English with a minor in history that I received at California State University, Sacramento in 2000. I also received my master's degree in education with an emphasis in school leadership and administration at California State University, Stanislaus in 2009. And I am also a doctoral candidate in the educational leadership program at the University of Pacific. I finished all my coursework and I am working on my dissertation.
So, Nancy, so what do you like about being an educator? Because more than 21 years, so you have given to the education field and still continuing the education journey. And how have you been a leader at your school sites?
So I think the best thing about being an educator is my students. I teach second grade at Live Oak Elementary School in Lodi Unified School District. I cannot physically have children of my own, so my students are like my children, and I love them with all my heart. One of the things I really enjoy working with children is that they're always full of wonder and awe of the world, and they inspire me to see the world from a fresh perspective. They brighten my days with joy and laughter. And all my students have taught me how to become a better person and appreciate the small things in life.
No, thank you, Nancy. So, what made you decide to run for this office, the public office that the San Joaquin district as a county supervisor?
All right, so I've been involved at my school site council, which makes decisions about school plans and budget. I've been on leadership team, which makes key decision about school activities and policies. I was the positive behavior interventions and supports coach, which is PBIS. And PBIS is a proactive approach to schools, and they use promoting safety and positive behavior. So PBIS is prevention and not punishment of students, which is very important. At its heart, PBIS also calls schools to teach students about positive behavior so they can be successful in school. I was also a member of the Advancement via Individual Determination, which is called AVID, and I was on the team at the school. And AVID is a college readiness program for students that prepares students for the rigor and the challenges of Common Core standards at all grade levels. AVID's mission is to close the achievement gap by preparing all students for college readiness and success in our global society. And I've also mentored student teachers and new teachers in the teacher induction program. I think that what would make me a great leader is that I have cultivated leadership skills in studying educational leadership at the doctoral level and being a teacher leader in my profession. I feel I collaborate well with others in my community, and I my work in being a Latina in leadership and having a background in education and research gives me a unique perspective. I understand that there are many different perspectives, cultures, religions, and I have worked with students, parents, teachers, community members, and administrators for several years. And I feel that I am in touch with the pulse of the community. I am also a very adaptive, resilient leader. I easily accept feedback from others. I am an effective leader and I'm open to change. I have the ability to set goals and prioritize them as well as accomplish them. I take responsibility for my mistakes and I learn from them. I'm also creative and an innovative problem solver. I'm very hardworking and organized, and I'm also open, honest, and authentic, which I believe are really key leadership characteristics.
So Nancy, students, we can say they are mirror of our society. So they are coming from diverse background financially as well as background depending on from where they are coming to the schools. But when they come to the school, they are all equal. You're imparting leadership skills and educating them to become the future leaders. But this role is something different than from being an educator. So there should be certain motivation or triggering point. So what made you decide to run for this office?
Yes, so I felt the calling to be a leader in San Joaquin County. I understand the community's needs and I want to make decisions that positively impact San Joaquin County. There are several diverse ethnicities, cultures, identities in San Joaquin County. And I believe the representation of people of color is essential at all governmental levels. And a woman's perspective is crucial when critical decisions are being made for our area. My election to office would bring necessary representation on both counts, and I feel that it's important. That's a very important part of my candidacy. I want to be the first woman of color ever elected as a supervisor in San Joaquin County.
No, that's great. So yeah, you're right. So if you'll get an opportunity, you will be the first woman bringing a perspective from a woman, how resilient they are and how they are involved in this community. But the grassroots issues that you see on your day-to-day life can help bring those changes. So what strengths do you see in your constituency in the San Joaquin County from your experience living in this county, and for how many years you are involved in the San Joaquin County Society?
Yes, so I think San Joaquin County is entering a new era of innovation and expansion, and our people and community are on the rise. San Joaquin County is diverse and multicultural, which brings a wealth of knowledge and diversity. And the strength of our county comes from its people, the people who live here and work here every day and have families to provide for, the veterans and the retired individuals and the youth. We are over 76,000 residents strong, and are continuing to grow. And I think it's imperative that careful planning and responsible leadership be integral to our success for the future. I believe in innovative strategic planning and common sense government reforms and local community programs that will build a better San Joaquin County.
So, Nancy, you may have faced many scenarios during your journey living in the San Joaquin County as well as interacting with the students because they are bringing different scenarios every day to the school. So, what community activities or nonprofits have you been involved, and how do you think you have made a positive difference by that involvement?
So I've been a board member of a New Lodi for the past 10 months. And New Lodi is a local nonprofit which focuses on improving local government policies, amplifying unheard voices of color, and voices from the LGBTQIA plus community. And I have helped with and participated in the first Lodi Pride Festival, which celebrates the LGBTQIA plus community. And I helped coordinate the Families Helping Families event where immigrant families were given gifts for the holidays by citizen sponsors. And I'm involved in coordinating the Cesar Chavez celebration event at Hill Park coming up on March 26th. So if anyone wants to join us. I also participated in the point in time count and spoke to many unhoused about their needs. I've also done some work planting trees at the American Legion Park with an organization called Puente. And I just really believe that it's important to give back to the community because the community gives us so much.
So, can you please share us something about what this community supervisor, county supervisor role is, and if you are getting an opportunity to be elected as a county supervisor as a first woman in District 4, so what will be you doing in that role?
So as a board supervisor, I'll work with my fellow supervisors to administer all local government services. I'll work with the board to adopt ordinances and rules to control the administration of the county governments and regulate public conduct. As a supervisor, I'll be responsible for adopting an annual budget that outlines the expenditures of all county branches. I'll work with other supervisors to supervise the activities of the chief executive officer of all county departments and to determine the county and particular district policies. I'll set salaries for county personnel. Beyond that, I believe that my role is to lead the county in a way that increases opportunities for all residents. I think the most important role of community leaders is to safeguard the health and safety of everyone in the county, and I want to support policies that help the community.
So there may be some situations or issues that you think could be resolved by becoming a county supervisor. So what are three major issues that you think or believe are yours, you will be focusing if you get an opportunity to become a county supervisor?
I think there are several significant issues in my race. As you know, COVID-19 has affected many aspects of our lives for the past few years, and this includes mental health and housing inequity that impacts people from every walk of life. And I will work with the San Joaquin County Behavioral Health Services to create policies that give adequate funding and resources for populations that need help staying mentally healthy. Also, I think that public safety is another critical issue. I believe that firefighters, police officers, and sheriff's deputies should have resources to ensure our safety. I will fight every day to make sure that they have what they need. And we must modernize and improve the ways these departments operate. I think the root causes of crime in our county need effective and proven solutions. Our social workers and community leaders are at the front lines in addressing these issues, and local government must support them. Also, I think that homelessness is another complex and multifaceted issue that we need to look at, which is on the rise in our county. I want to continue the work that Supervisor Kathy Miller has championed for years with the San Joaquin continuum of care, and I will support programs that help the unhoused individuals get back on their feet, and by insisting that we will use resources to assist homeless individuals in having access to medical and mental health services, education, and employment training. I want to work with the community to create solutions to homelessness, such as interim and permanent housing as well.
So, Nancy, from the education perspective, as you always deal with these situations, so many kids they don't get an opportunity to go to college. And the other thing is, so if they are going to college, so colleges are not close by to our areas. They have to go far, maybe more than 60 miles to attend those colleges. And once they are there, they are not coming back. So it's two-part question. One is how will you encourage them or make some policies around that everybody gets an opportunity to go to college, and if they are going to college, if they want to serve or stay in their San Joaquin County, so what kinds of improvements can be made so that we don't have the brain drain issue if somebody is going far away for a college and they're not coming back?
Well, it's my hope that students that go away to college come back and give back to the community that they were raised in. There are some programs that actually encourage teachers to come back to communities by giving them a stipend and sometimes by forgiving some loans. So I think policies like that would be very effective in bringing people back. I would hope that they would come back because they see the beauty of the San Joaquin Valley, and I'm sure they have family here that they love. And I am sure also that they want the best for San Joaquin County.
And lastly, from your district's perspective, so how do you want to support the businesses? As you mentioned, COVID, it is one of the biggest challenge that we faced, and we are moving out of that phase. So the businesses definitely need some support. They need some help from the county so that they can keep on building upon so from where they have left.
Definitely. I think that it's really important to encourage small businesses. And a lot of businesses really suffered during the pandemic. They had to close down. A lot of people were not working, so they suffered. So I am in favor of any kind of help for small businesses that they need, any kind of funding that we could give as a county to help them and other businesses and attract new entrepreneurs in our area. I think that business will actually help our economy boom. So I feel that it's really important to make San Joaquin a place where people want to have businesses and create new businesses so that it will help our economy.
Sure. Thank you, Nancy. So what sets you apart from the other candidates in this race? So as there are many candidates that are running for the same office, you are from a educator background, and why should people vote for you?
So yes, there are 5 other candidates in District 4 for the County Board of Supervisors, and they are all men. They are all older. Also, I am the only woman, and I am the only person of color running in the race. I am not part of the 1%. I know the struggles of everyday people and trying to make ends meet on a regular basis. I know what it is not to have any money, and I'm in touch with the community because I've been talking to people that come from all walks of life. And I think that people should vote for me because I am not a career politician and I have a fresh perspective coming in. Also, I'm sincere, I'm authentic, and I am transparent. And I want to meet the needs of the people of San Joaquin County. And if you live in District 4, please vote for me. I'm trying to break barriers by becoming the first woman of color ever elected. And I would like to continue to build community in any way that I can.
So Nancy, if our audience they have some follow-up questions, so how they can reach out to you? What mediums do you prefer?
Yeah, so I'm on Facebook, Nancy St. Clair for supervisor. Also, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter. I have a website, it's nancystclair.org. So you can reach me at any of those places. I'm pretty responsive to messages, and I'd love to hear from you.
Thank you. And for our audience, if you have any questions, as Nancy mentioned, she is always available. You can always send us the questions. We will forward it to her so that you can make an informed decision in this coming election. So she has the credentials as an educator running for San Joaquin County District 4. So with that, so I'll thanks everybody for watching. So please do provide us feedback and suggestions for the topics that you would like to listen. So we'll see you in the next episode. Stay healthy and stay informed.